Hi and welcome. This is Beata and
Karolka.
and you're listening to the 5th episode of the Kon by się uśmiał podcast, which loosely translates to Not the One Trick Pony. This podcast is our space to share stories, reflect on experiences, and talk with people from all walks of life. Some are deeply rooted in the horse world, the others bring a completely different perspective. What connects it all is our curiosity, a sense of humor, and the genuine interest in learning more about horse world and also about ourselves. In this episode, we are coming to you from the stunning Vashlovani National Park, southeastern Georgia. This place is known as the Georgian savannah. It's one of the most unique and remote areas in the country. The park is famous for its dramatic cliffs, dry canyons, open grasslands, and wildlife, including lynxes, eagles, and even Persian leopards. We've seen some land turtles on the way, some unique bird species. It's a wild, raw landscape that feels worlds away from the everyday, and that's the perfect place for a conversation. We will be talking with two special guests, both with rich experience in the equestrian world. First, we will meet our local Georgian guide who knows the land and the horses like few others. Then we will hear from one of the participants of our riding tour who brings a different but equally passionate perspective. So let's get started. So we are recording here from the Vashlovani National Park, which is located at the Georgian and Azerbaijan border. We are with Karolka on a 6-day ride, which wouldn't be possible without the team who is taking care of us and also of our horses, feeding us, preparing the place to sleep.
Also some locals here.
Yeah, some locals
Some
as well.
rangers here.
It's a great opportunity to learn more about the work and life of the horse guide. And with me, I have here Irakli, who is our guide during this trip. Okay, so Irakli, can you introduce yourself? Who are you? Where did you come from?
Okay, as you said, I'm Irakli, Gedeshuri. I'm here with Temo, our friend and horse guide as well with us. Me and Temo lead most of the groups wherever we go, either Vashlovani or Tusheti. Temo is from Tusheti. I'm from Tbilisi. I started enjoying nature and lifestyle in nature since I was a kid, since I was 16, 15, going with my father on the fishing trips in my countryside. And after that, it was mostly when I was a student, on the camping trips, hiking. We try to go always once a month for a week or 5 days with a group of friends.
So then, from the love of the nature, what happened that you actually became a tour guide?
Tour guide or a horse guide? That's
Horse
two different
guide.
things.
Okay.
Yeah. Tour guide was different. It was more of a freelance thing.
Mm-hmm.
When I was a student, when it was like late 2000s, 2010, 2011, 12, back then in Georgia, it wasn't regulated much. So anyone could lead the trip. Anyone could go on a trip, take a group. If you know the area, if you speak the language, and if you know the history or geography of some part. So I had several freelance offers to take something, but I never enjoyed it because I don't like this step-by-step, follow the program, very pedantic approach for this thing. I think if you need to know the nature, know the culture, the people, you need to go a bit off the books and go closer to the culture. The horse guide thing was different. I was approached by Pavel and Agnieszka from the Sovchici, from the company we work on.
Yeah, also known as a Dirty Hooves now.
Dirty Hooves as well. And Dirty Hooves is an international branch, international website of the company. But same company, same crew, same people. I was approached by them and they offered me this. And they explained to me, like, you're going to be leading the groups in the nature with the horses. You're going to be on the road mostly. So I said, okay, let's do it. So that's how it started.
Okay, and what was your horse riding experience by that point? So you basically have agreed to be horse guides without knowing how to...
in the beginning, the company was also starting. It was the first fresh years. I joined them from first year, I think. It wasn't, they told me you're going to learn on the road because we're going to grow as well. Like
Okay.
it's not going to be just this year and next year. You're going to grow as well, and it's going to be easy for you. First time I went in Tusheti, we had the 8-day horse expedition, horse trip, and it was one local guy and me. I sat on a horse. They gave me some chacha. We drank some chacha, and I sat on a horse, and it was easy.
What do you think is needed for this job?
You need to love what you do. Same from our team, Georgia team. We not only Georgia, but we do like about 10, 11, 12 countries. You need trustworthy partners. Let's say if you start a trip in another country and you're not physically there, you need to know that your team will take care of the group, right? So that's one of the most important things as well. Trustworthy partners. People skills is always good, not only in this trip, but in general. Like you should know when to speak, when to come, when to stop, when to express your feelings, when to swallow your feelings. It's not like animal instinct that you feel something and you should shout it out. No, sometimes you have to swallow it, give it some time, and then continue. And of course, love of nature. If you don't love nature, you're not gonna be able to enjoy. And if you don't enjoy the trip, you're gonna be on a bad mood, and everyone's gonna be on a bad mood if you're in a bad mood, because you're basically the bridge between visitors, like between guests and the locals.
Yeah, I see it. Like you not only take care of us, but you also take care of the team, and you also
That's
take care.
important as well.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have to get away from the team, but sometimes it's needed to speak with the locals to prepare them. It's different approaches. Depends on where you are. Different things that needed on different people.
So you have touched upon the team and the teamwork, because it's a team effort. It's not that you're alone on those trips. So can you say a little bit more about who you work with and who do you enjoy working with the most?
I enjoy working with everyone, but it has to be, people have to be in it with their heart. I mentioned Temo because Temo is super easy to work with, not because he's easy, but because he has this feeling to like take care of the things properly, and he has the love of nature and horses as well. So on the horse riding trips, it's very important to have someone like him, because he's always in a good mood. He loves the horses. He takes care of them. He knows what to do and when to do. And most of the problems are when like when you're on the road and okay, like let's say we leave in the morning and we are on the road for 8 days, right? When you're on the road for 8 days, if the horse has a problem, it's not that easy to change it or fix it or something.
Yeah, you don't have a spare horse. You can't really go back.
Yeah, you can take a spare horse, but it's gonna slow down the group and it's gonna be extra trouble, right? But good thing is that he doesn't let the situation go into the point when the horse has a trouble. Yeah, the horse will have a trouble if you're lazy when it's time to unsaddle the horses or prepare them in the beginning of the day or end of the day. The rest of the day, when they go free, they don't have a trouble, yeah, unless the wolf or something comes along. But when it's a group of horses, the animals don't interrupt much. And also the mood, the character. He is a very lovable character. Like right now, we arrived in the central station of Vashlovani in the bungalows.
And they were asking about him, right?
First thing they asked is like, is Temo gonna come soon? Like he gets along well with everyone, with foreigners, with locals, with guests, with other guests. Like he doesn't speak any language, but he always finds a way to communicate with someone. Like he has some like one word or phrase or something that he uses it to cheer the people up. Most important thing is a smile. He always smiles. He's always in a good mood, so it's a positive thing for people. So it's easier for them to communicate back with him. Same is with Wicha, our other team member, and like me and Wicha are partners with Lisochici. We started together from day one. He introduced me to Tusheti.
And to horses?
And to horses as well, yeah. It was his horse that I rode first time. He's really well respected, and he's very hardworking as well. He's very handy. He can do a lot. He can fix the cars, cook the food, saddle the horses, hoof the horses, cleaning, vaccinating horses himself.
Wow, really?
Everything, yeah. He's good with everything. So it's very important to have someone like him as well.
So I guess you wouldn't do what you do if you wouldn't like it.
Yeah.
This job.
Definitely.
But I think there are definitely some good and bad things about this. With this way of living and with this work you do.
The lifestyle.
Yeah. It's a lifestyle. It's a life choice, I guess.
It's a lifestyle, yeah. I would say it's a lifestyle because last year it was 8 months. 8 months in a year, you're basically out. Okay, there's much more good things than bad things about it.
Okay, yeah. I mean, that's important.
Bad. I will start with the bad things because it's easier to just list them off. So bad things is that you have less social life. You stay behind from the lifestyle of friends or city life. The family you see less. But as long as I know they're doing fine, it's enough. It's not that important because as well when I go back and when I start my regular lifestyle, like city life, let's say, you catch up very easy there. It's easier to lose the skills and lose the approach to life in nature when you stop this. It's easier to lose these skills than other skills because other skills is easy. You just meet your friends, go in the bar, have fun, have a dinner party or some small party, and you catch up in one day. Another bad thing is, I don't know, yeah, social life is the worst thing, and the basic comfort skills, but you get used to it as well. The good things are much more. Good things is that you don't lose your shape. I don't only mean physical shape. I mean, you can be mentally prepared for something or not. You know that when you get up, you have to start doing something. You cannot just sit and relax and chill and have a coffee and watch a movie or something. You know that you have to do something. So it keeps you mentally and physically healthy. Because I think that if you're mentally healthy, you're physically healthy. And if you're physically healthy, it's easier to be mentally healthy as well. If you lose one of those, then it's much easier to lose control over both. So if you're in a good mental health and a good physical shape, then it's much easier to have this balance with yourself as well. I'm not gonna mention the obvious parts like seeing the nature and have fun with horses or fast gallops or like nature views or something like that. That's very basic. That's obvious that it's one of the pros. Basically, I live the way that most people pay a lot of money to do once a year. So I have it like almost regularly. Yeah. The other good thing is you meet cool people very often, make a good contacts. Most of the people who choose to travel this way are cool and easy to get along with. Not let's say we call it a flip-flop tourists, yeah, like not that, but like adventurous people. So it's easier to find the common language with them. And even when I travel myself, when I have vacation and travel myself, I often cross with them, meet them, and it doesn't have to be in Georgia. It can be in anywhere, like from States to Australia. It can be anywhere you meet them, and it's easier to spend quality time with this kind of people than, let's say, someone you just met and you don't know how they turn.
So let's circle back to the horses because they are kind of the main topic of the podcast. So how are Georgian horses? And I know you own yourself few of them, right?
Yeah, for now it's 3.
Yes. So if you can say a little bit about them, and then also which of the horses you ride is your favorite and why?
I'm gonna be very honest.
Yes.
In this part, I have few horses that I like as a character, but for me, favorite horse is most comfortable horse.
Okay.
The one that does not have the character issues. It can sometimes it can be easygoing one, depends where I am as well. It can be the fast one when I'm on a mood. When I'm not on a mood, it can be easygoing one. It can be super slow one. It might be even a donkey. Who knows? Yeah, I can enjoy riding on a donkey as well. But no, I have 3. It was gift from Huicha. My own one is Carolina is riding on one, and I know that he's super chill, he's super calm, super cool. He's very comfortable, but he's not that fast. He has this special, we call it yorha. It's I think Icelandic horses have the same type.
Yes,
I don't know the name in English. It's a special name. Yeah, so he has that, and mostly when the guys also on the farm, we have 130 something horses on one farm, and the guys like Temo, Leo, they have to stay in the farm. When we finish the group, I'm gonna take you back to Tbilisi, right? So they stay. One of them will stay here to take care of the horses. So when it's time to catch a horse, so you sit on and you collect other horses, they always choose my horse or someone similar, because Mimino, my horse, he has this comfortable trot or walk as well, and he also has a bigger body. The rest of the horses, Georgian horse, mountain horses, are smaller by nature. He's basically like a child, right? So you tell him to do this, like a smart child, not a rebel, but the smart child, yeah.
Well-behaving teenager.
Well-behaved kid, yeah. Sometimes I will enjoy to go on that as well. Depends on the trip. But mostly as a guide, we have to have a bit faster horses and sometimes untrained horses as well, like we have on this trip. Some of the horses on this trip, let's say Leo's horse and my first horse, are for the first time, because we need to test them as well, prepare for them. It's a beginning of the season, right? So we have to bring the horses up to the pace for the rest of the year. I would not say it's difficult, but it's more annoying. It needs more work, of course. You have to pay attention on the group as well, on the horses as well. But now I was riding on Emmy's horse, this young
gray one there.
Young gray horse. She said it's hard to control him, it's hard to stop him, but for me it was a perfect horse. Like it was super. I really.
I always stop you because you just pick a horse and then just jump on, and then you look like perfect match on each horse.
No, not for the people. This one that I rode today, he's comfortable as well. The other horses are not. You have to work with your body as well to adjust them, right? With your legs, thighs, and body. You have to work with them as well. All of them have different kind of walk, different style of walk or trot or gallop. This one was super comfortable. There is a match, right? Super fast, comfortable, and easygoing. Listens to everything. Also, one of the most important things for me is that I should. Not every horse does that. When you stop, when you need to go back, turn back and go on the back or stay behind. The horses are pack animals, right? Especially here in Georgia, our horses are not in the stables. Most of the times they are free and they live together. So they always like to stay with each other. When the other horses go, they need to be with them, right? So they get stressed, panicked. There are several horses that they don't care about if they stay alone or they're with them. That's very easy. So with that kind of horses, for me, it's perfect. You can independent, let's say, fast, independent, and with a character.
In maybe 2 or 3 words, can you say the main traits for the Georgian horses? Is there something like this?
All of them are very different by characters. Yeah, some of them have this corks, that corks, but all of them are very. I would call it with one name. They're very brave, because they have to go on the kind of terrains that most of the horses, let's say in Europe or Middle East Arabian horses are most popular, or North Africa, they are very popular. That they don't. On the cliffs, on the mountains, they have to climb, they have to jump. That's also because they're free most of the time, and they're not afraid of, let's say, the dogs, the shepherd dogs. They always chase you, right? Even if it's here in Vashlovani or if it's up in mountains in Tusheti, there are always shepherd dogs who defend their territory, and they have to attack you. That's their skill. You cannot blame them as well, and we don't even get angry on them because they're doing their job. And if the dog does not come and chase you away, that means that it's a bad dog, right? So I've had many occasions. Only last year I had 3 or 4 when the dogs jump on the back of your horse with a paws and they bite the tail of the horse. Our horses, they don't care. They just normally go. Maybe sometimes they will kick one of the dogs, but they don't panic, they don't run, their heads are still down. Dogs are doing their job, I'm doing my job, so okay, like you bark, I'm gonna walk. That's one of the things that I would say Georgian horses have in common, like there's a pros, but I would say that it's because of the lifestyle, not because of the breed. It doesn't have to do anything with the breed, it's because of the lifestyle.
They're used to this from from the moment they were born. They're used to the
when
dogs
you have them free, the horses are free, dogs are free. When they have interaction with each other, they already know, okay, it's a dog, he just wants me out of his territory, so it's not gonna kill me, it's not a wolf. Same thing was in Kyrgyzstan, let's say, in Central Asia, some parts of Eastern Europe, where you can let the horses go free in the field.
Like the kind of the situation today, because we walk and there was three dogs, and I stand, and Mimino, and three dogs over there, and he stops, and the dogs are and the sheep running, and it's calm.
And last year I had also I was on Mimino. Last day I had him, and I had 9 dogs. I have a video, I'll show you later. 8 dogs surrounded me. Because if we see that it's gonna be a problem, it's like 7, 8, 9 dogs. We always go one in the front, one on the back, the guides. We close the group, right? Because they either attack the first one or the last one. Like first they attack the first one. When you go a bit past, they attack the last. When it's a trouble, when it's a lot of dogs, then we close the group. But when it's 3, 4, 5 dogs, then they just like bark.
Okay, so we talked about the horses, and then one of your tasks, and I think it's one of the most difficult tasks. You have very little time to meet us, to meet the group. Like you might have some information before we start the ride, but yeah, we can ride many different things, and then the reality can be very different. And then you know what horses you have, and can you say a little bit how you match us with the horses?
So before every trip, Tusheti and Dirty Hose, they have really good system. Like they ask if you participate in one trip and you go on another, your skills or opinion is already remembered. So if you've been with us, we already know more or less. It doesn't matter if you're in Albania and you rode in Albania, Albanian partners tell them and they tell me what kind of skills you have more or less. For the newcomers, there is this questionnaire that you fill up, what's the levels and the skills from 1 to 5. Of course, it's like not very official thing because you can undersell or oversell yourself. But that gives you like general idea, like who is how confident.
Plus minus 1, I guess.
No, I would say it's 3, plus minus 3. It can be up to 8 or down to minus 3. Yeah. If you put yourself on 5, at least you are confident that you are a good rider. So you have stress. You're not scared. So you're going in different country, let's say like Georgia, for example, or Kyrgyzstan or whatever, in different culture, and you put yourself 5 because you are ready for a challenge. Like you're ready, like whatever horse you give me, I'm able to ride. That means that you're confident, and it's already good enough for me. But still, like it can be some difficulties, but you're already good enough to ride well. If you put yourself 2 or 3 is always trickiest, because 2 or 3 is always, it's either more or less. When you put yourself 1 or 4 or 5, we know for sure, like either you're not sure and you're a good rider if you put 3. If you put 2, it's like I'm not a good rider, but I'm not a newbie. 2 is also okay, but 3 is like in the between. So you're not sure what you want, and you're not sure what you have able of. So in this case, we always have first day in Tbilisi, and in case of Vashlovani, we have first day when we arrive in the first village, in Dedopestaro, where we have to do the paper, so we have to stay there first day. Always, whoever asks you more questions, how are the horses? Are they super fast? Are they super this, super that? It always gives you the scale. Are they 4 or 2? Right? So if they're super stressed or scared, then it's 2. If they have 3 and they don't ask anything, then it's 4. So you can be more like easygoing with them.
How many times you missed? Does it happen that you completely
underestimated.
Or the other way around.
Both times, several times, yeah. It works both ways, yeah. Some people put 4 or 5, and okay, we had one guy who put 4, I think 4 or 5, that he could not even sit on a horse. It was here in Vashlovani, and some people put themselves like, let's say 2 or 1, and they're actually good riders. Good rider means adjustable. There are some people who, if you're not stressed, if you're not scared of the animal and of the road, and if you trust group, the team, the guides, it means that you will ride well. No, even if you say that I'm a jockey and I train horses for like Mongolian derby or like speed racing somewhere, if you're not scared and you sit on a horse and if you do something, no one's gonna notice that you are not a good rider.
Okay, I think it's the last question I have. So it's about people who are coming with a lot of expectations, or I guess people occasionally, some of them come with some kind of expectations, and then the reality is different. And how do you deal with this? I guess it's like a difficult...
It's not difficult. The more important question is how those people deal with it. Because horse expeditions are different thing. It's not all-inclusive Dubai shopping trip, right? It's you have to be in nature. It's gonna be difficult as well. It's gonna be uncomfortable. It's gonna be cold. It's gonna be painful at some point. But you choose that lifestyle and you choose that kind of adventure, so you have to be prepared for it, at least mentally. Mental preparedness is more important for us, for let's say Georgian team, than physical preparedness. Because if you're mentally prepared, there's nothing gonna break you. You're gonna push yourself, and when you get tired, when you're physically exhausted and physically you cannot do anything else, then you can say that, okay, I'm gonna stop or I'm gonna go away. And it's understandable, and we're prepared for that as well. But mental preparedness is different. Like if you come here, to say the easiest way, if you come here for Instagram pictures only, it's not gonna work out well.
Especially that you can't charge your phone.
That's one thing. But even if you can charge your phone, and if you have like 10 power banks and you like prepare every morning, you can take some good pictures, but the lifestyle is different. Lifestyle is gonna exhaust you. It's gonna get you tired. And when you get physically tired, then it's easy to get mentally tired. When you get mentally tired, then doesn't matter what, even if it's like rainbows and the candies falling from the sky, you're gonna be unhappy. Yeah.
Okay, so not to finish on this sort of a down or difficult part, if you can talk a little bit about funny memory or funny experience from those trips, something you remember the most.
There is not one, there is like hundreds. It can be that people or one person who makes it fun. It can be the team, the group who makes it fun. It can be the difficulty that you feel like you want to like kill yourself now, and then you remember it. Fuck, that was like one of the best trips in my life. But fun is different. Sometimes it's a single person with a cork stands out from the rest of the group that makes it fun. Sometimes it's the weather. It's always sunny. The good weather always helps. Sometimes it's even the team or the surprises on the way that we have not planned, but it appears, like when you see a bear on the trip, like with the horses, you go and see a bear. I don't know how to answer on that, because it's many different varieties, right?
Yeah, you've been on the road for a while, so I guess it's difficult to just
what
pick
can define
one.
fun. Like for me, like first time I crossed the migration trip, herding trip on Tushetian.
With the sheep or with the horses?
We had horses, yeah. We had like 80 something horses with us. It was me, Huicha, Temo, and Leo, 4 of us. We had to cross this avalanche. And now I do it like every year, but back then it was my first time. I didn't even know how I have done that road by car, but when it's open, right? When it's a good weather and when it's open, because Tusheti is closed for many months. So this time we had to go like in April, when it was still like snow. Like the road that goes around the mountain, you cannot see. It was all covered by snow. So we stayed there and we had the party, like drinking wine till 2 a.m. And the next day we had to leave at 4 a.m. after 2 hours. I didn't even know that. So basically we had to cross the mountain next day and walk over the frozen avalanche. That's why we had to leave at 4 a.m. So it's still cold and still frozen. The horses don't fall inside after, right? The people, you can still walk over or take detours like the other roads, but the horses have to walk over the frozen. Like the ground should be solid, right? I was not even hungover. I was still drunk. I saw that I would not make it. I was like, fuck, this is one of the most difficult things I've done in my life. But now when I remember, it's like one of the funniest like adventures I've had in my life.
I think we're done. Thank you so much.
Pleasure. Irakli Gedeshuri on the radio. Subscribe on my Instagram.
The best guide.
Yeah, best guide.
So at our tours, we have also a rider, Jeanette. Can you introduce yourself?
Hello, I'm Jeanette. I come from Germany and I have an Icelandic horse farm. We're also doing riding tours, but the most thing I do is giving riding lessons and doing holidays for children.
Can you say more about your experience as an organizer at tours?
When you organize a tour, I think you have lots of responsibility and you must have a lot of knowledge in human. It's good to know your horses good, so that you find the right horse for the people, and when it happens, so it's a good match. You love to work with different people because you always have different people there and people who wants to ride wild or not remember all these things and handle these things in one group. So it's a little bit different.
Mm-hmm. So can you say something more about your experience of this tour? Do you like it?
So this tour is holiday, not work. And that's good. It's another experience because I have one horse the whole week. So I can come down and enjoy the nature. And I like the simple things. I like it, really.
How is it different from what you organize?
I have not organized a big tour. We go only for some hours to the fields. But when I organize the children holidays, so we have to do the same thing, everything, food and sleeping place. And so the different, I think, I know the most people who come to our farm, they are riding for several years. So I know them, that's good. And they know the horses. And for the young children, we have to look for the safety. A little bit the same here, but at home, I know the people better.
Mm-hmm.
So you said a little bit about matching the horses and the people. So the good rider with the correct horse so that the pair works well. Can you say a little bit more about the differences you have noticed about the horses here and the horses you have at home?
I think at first the horses are very similar because we have gaiting horses, and I think this horse here, they are also gaiting horses. They have a good walk, a good energy. So the Icelandic horses also have a good energy. The difference here, they are riding the most time in walk and in gallop. We are riding the most time in trot.
Mm-hmm.
So the middle gait, we are riding more middle gait, not so much walk. And I think the difference is in preparing the horses. At Germany, we spend more time to clean the horses and the hooves and clean everything. We are feeding the horses more. Here, I think it's more naturally. They do what is necessary, but they don't do more, but it's okay. Yeah, in Germany, they looking for everything at the horses, and that's okay too. Both things, I think, are okay.
And the temperament, like the speed or the behavior of the horses, do you like it here or like is it different as well?
The Icelandic horses are a little bit more comfort, but I like these horses too. I was surprised how similar are these horses to the Icelandic horses.
Okay.
So they have a good walk, a really good walk, and a good gallop. Yeah, that's very similar.
So if you can like sum up your experience at this tour, like you would recommend it, who you would recommend it to?
I think you need a little bit experience in riding horses. It's necessary because you are 4 to 6 hours at a saddle, and it's really hard, even for me. And I ride every day, but I can recommend it, of course. So when you love the nature, it's a very good thing.
Okay, do you want to add something more from this tour? Maybe some like what you will remember the most? I know we are still 2 days ahead till the end, but what is your best experience or the thing you will remember the most?
I remember the most my horse, of course. I will miss him. And the simple life of the shepherds. I think I remember this. So you cannot find it in industrial countries anymore.
It's good to get the perspective like that as well sometimes, and
Yeah.
remember how much luxury we have in our everyday life.
Yeah.
We wanted to add some more description of the Georgian people, right? Or about our team, about the group who we rode with, and the country in general.
Yes, I guess I will miss the team because they're taking care of us every day, making good food, and they're really funny and friendly people. So also I will miss the group. We are a small group of women, and I think all women are very brave and gently, and we had a really good time together. And so at last, I think I will miss the Georgian people because they are very guest-friendly and honest people, and I think the guest-friendliest people I've ever known in my life. Yeah.
I agree. So it's my second trip here, and once you come here, you always have this longing to come back. This second time with the same crew, more or less. First time you come here, you're a guest, and the second time you're almost like a family to them.
Yeah.
To be honest, I really feel the same. Like that, the guys they feel a little bit like my younger brothers, which I never had, and I really miss them as well. It's a hard day for us. It's the last day.
Yeah.
We still have rides to do, shorter one, but then it's time to go home. This last day, it's like you already start to miss your family and shower and maybe a little bit of a civilization, but it's also very difficult to say goodbye to both the people and the horses.
Yes, it will be difficult.
Yeah. At the beginning, when I seen that we are just like this very small group of people, I thought like, okay, how it's going to be, and so much time together to spend, and like if you don't fit, it would be very difficult. But I think we are all different experience, 2 different countries, but I think we really made a very good team. And
matched.
I hope we meet somewhere again.
So I hope so.
So it's time to get back on the horse, I guess.
The last time.
The last time.
Already started?
Already started, yes.
Okay.
Recording, yes. You know how much I will need to cut out of this?
I'm just making your job more fun.
And with me, I have here Irakli,
Shuri.
Gedeshuri.
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 And continue, don't pay attention. I sat on a horse. They gave me some cha-cha. We drank some cha-cha, and I sat on a horse, and it was easy.
Gamajova. No.
That's
No. We have some misperception there.
No. You.
No.
Yes.
No.
And on the road.
You're not on my.
No, you ask from you cut it off anything you want. You can just leave I am gay. I'm gonna mention once gay. And you can just leave whole interview I am gay.
Warte mal, stopp.
Ja,
I have to.
Ich verstehe die Frage nicht.
Die Prioritäten. Can I say something about the horses?
Yes. We done?
No, you are the host. You tell me. We done?
I think we're done. Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
Thank you so much for listening. Please follow us on Instagram and Facebook, where you can also find some visual content. You can listen to us on both Spotify and YouTube. Please like and follow and share our podcast. The next episode is coming in about a month, so please stay tuned. Thank you so much for listening.